Hi down there. So my usual iPhone holder on the car has broken. It's absolutely useless, won't hold the phone, so I've got a new one coming. But yeah, so the days of summer seem to be over already, which is so sad. 4 days of 30 degrees plus in England, and it's gone away, it's finished. I'm not driving at the moment, clearly, as you can see, I'm sat in traffic. What I wanted to do today was talk through a few things, particularly this lick, and kind of how I go about processing that and how you can go about learning it, but why kind of first principles, fundamentals of playing the saxophone, so scales and arpeggios, long tones, are just so important to playing. And even if you've only been playing a few months, being able to play scales, even just a small amount of scales and arpeggios well, is really, really important to your future development, because without a firm understanding of your scales and arpeggios, it's just not going to happen. If you're a regular vlog watcher, you'll know that that lick I just played there is kind of one of my regular ones, one of the ones I kind of been playing a bit, particularly the last 6-7 weeks, and it's off a Chris Potter recording that he did with Christian McBride. And this little section of it is what I wanted to talk about today. It's this. In fact, it's just the start of that. Or even you could just do it. And what it involves is really two quite simple concepts. Initially, what you've got to then do is practice them. And the important thing is that I transcribe that out. And obviously, hopefully, if you want to do the best thing, you go and transcribe it out. But I wanted to just highlight this little phrase here. And what you've got is the second part of the phrase is a G minor 7 chord. In fact, it's actually a 9 because it goes G, B flat, D, F, A. But the first bit is what we call an enclosure. An enclosure is just a kind of, it's been around since classical music in Bach. It's almost like an ornament, and it's just a way of dressing up the approach to that arpeggio. So it's not just a bog standard boring arpeggio, and it sounds cool, hip, you know, that kind of idea. And so what Potter does with that is, I've learned it and been taught it as what we would call double chromatic from below, note above. Let me explain what that is. Basically, your target note is a G, okay? But what Chris Potter plays is F, F sharp, A, and then the G. So in other words, you play two notes from the chromatic scale below the target note, that being F and F sharp, and then the one above. And that's as old as time itself to a certain extent in terms of melody, but it really makes a difference than just playing arpeggios. Now, you need to know your arpeggios or your chords in order to play this phrase, because otherwise you're going to come a cropper. But if you know your arpeggios, it's quite simple just to add those things to it. For example, if I go now onto a C minor chord, play the chord first of all. If I want to make it a ninth. And then I need to add in So my target note is C. I need to add in double chromatic below, note above. So do it on G. Nice little melodic idea. Anyway, I hope you found that one useful. It's a little bit of a more saxophone related stint on today. I'm going to get on with the rest of my practice and compose some new music for you guys because the sunshine's gone outside. Just experimenting with some new music for this vlog and some future vlogs. Just can't quite get what I want on the piano with it. So the sax at this point sounds not great. Hopefully by the time it gets to the record it'll sound a lot better. So what I need to do now is just edit in that sax, use my usual things. I usually EQ it, focus on EQing and a bit of delay, a bit of reverb on it, kind of just juice it up a little bit. I always want my sax parts to sound quite natural unless I'm deliberately trying to do something more electronic like I showed you with this vlog on the effects pedals. And that's what we're onto that. So I'd like to show you a bit more, but my batteries are about to run out. So often what I'll do, a little trick of the trade, is to loop when you're actually trying to EQ things. So you kind of hear the same range, the same passage of sax, especially if it's improvised. If I've just got the same kind of notes being played, it's easier to hear the difference in the EQ. Like his sister. How was your day?
Good, Daddy. Guess what we have? Daddy, guess
What? For lunch?
She said that Amy said it back to her, but Amy said she didn't.
I've got to have a day where I don't do emails, so I'm just kind of freed up, spend some time with the family and catch up with just life. I think it's really important to do that, especially if you are self-employed, just to kind of have days when you're able to cut off, because actually that helps with creativity. Now, whilst I've practiced today and I was working on those compositions, that wouldn't have happened, I guess, if I'd been in the midst of teaching or kind of admin and stuff like that. So actually, whilst it's been a day off, it's more been a day off from doing things I don't want to do, like stinging my ankle, but I've just done that now. Yet again, a load of coverage ruined by not switching the microphone on. Anyway, we're just flying the drone around in a little different area. Come down now to get some, what I hope will be some really, really nice sunset shots, including the church, but we'll see what happens. So the sun's going down, I'm just going to do some very late night drone shots for you. I think that would be a very good time to end the vlog. Thank you very much for watching. Please do hit the subscribe button. It makes such a difference to me if I've got more subscribers. YouTube don't give me free jackets for more subscribers, but they do give me lots more tools which enable me to make the videos better and reach more people, hopefully with some good ideas. Please tell your friends about the channel. If you've got other friends who play the saxophone and things like that, please let them know about it, get them subscribing. But that is all from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye!